What is up, everyone? Back at it again. Today I will be doing an unboxing of a collectible made by a company named Ghostwrite. This specific edition is in collaboration with the UFC. I've included chapters in this video in case you'd like to jump ahead straight to the product unboxing, but if not, I'm going to take the next minute or so to give you a little bit more information on the company, how you would have went about acquiring one of these, details about the product, and where you can get one today. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so Ghostwrite was founded in 2022 by Josh Luber, who is also the co-founder of StockX and Fanatics Collectibles. I'm going to link a great interview that Josh Luber did with Gary Vee talking about Ghostwrite specifically in the description below. So make sure to catch that if you want to learn more about his background, more in depth about who he is and the collectible itself, like his brand, the company. But for now, taking a look at the Ghostwrite and UFC collaboration, we'll see that this marks their 54th collaboration, which means it's their 54th collaboration with a license or a brand. And if you take a look at the other 53 collaborations that they've been a part of, it's pretty impressive what this company, who this company has been able to partner with. The way that they sold this product, there was 100 in quantity, was via a blind Dutch auction. For those not familiar with what that is or how it works, it's actually a really fair way to be able to sell a product because the market makes the price. The market sets the price. And let me explain it to you. So imagine, for example, there's 100 in quantity being sold here. Let's imagine that there was 500 bids that came in. They're only going to acknowledge the top 100 bids, and then they're going to take the lowest out of that 100 bids and make that 100th bid the floor price that everyone else is going to pay. So even if I was the highest bid there for $3,000, right? If number 100 was $150, I'm going to pay $150. I'm not going to be forced to pay the amount that I was willing to max out at, I should say. So the max that you could purchase of this product was 2 at any time under one specific account. So for me, both of my bids hit, and I have 2 in here that we'll be unboxing. Taking a look at some of the details here that kind of speak to how the bid distribution looked, and I love the transparency that Ghostwrite provides for their products. I think it just helps the secondary market as well. Because you're able to showcase what kind of demand this product had. So in this case, you can see how many bids came in that were above 500. How many bids came in that were between 250 and 500, 150 and 249, and then those that fell under 150. Again, the clearing price was 150. And then here it says 91% of winners paid less than what their bid was. So in my case, both of my bids were higher than what I actually ended up paying. Winners paid $21,785 less than their bids in total. And here are some of the key stats, right? 100 golds sold at auction, 168 total bids, 156 was the medium bid, so pretty close to where the clearing price was. And then you had 1,700 as the highest bid. Taking a look at some of the details, they called this product the Ruby, and the thinking behind that was because they actually included a red ruby around what's supposed to look like the belt here. And that thinking was they wanted to come out the gate saying we're already champions in our league, so to speak, right? They didn't want to just have it without a ruby, kind of indicating that they haven't defended the belt. So in this case, that was their thinking of including the ruby in there. And so I thought it was a great addition to add. The size of this one is how the scale that they call this is a 400%. Here are the dimensions that you can take a look at as well. Again, in this case, this is an important detail. Available at auction, 100. The population itself, though, 150. This was released on 7/15, category of sports. And then you see some really cool pictures that they include with the product. And then you have more of the story behind what they were thinking about the design itself, how they embedded the octagon fence within the Ghost, the color of the black and gold. This is the first that they've ever done that is this color. So overall, I was really impressed with the way that they designed this. So I just wanted to give you that detail. Right now, if you wanted to buy one of these, let me show you. I would click on buy on StockX, conveniently, right? The company that Josh Luber co-founded. You'll see that right now there's a buy now for $450. There's only 4 left. You can place a bid, right? And so the secondary market for these is, from what I've seen, pretty hot at all moments. Like no matter which edition you see, they're all going to be selling above the clearing price at minimum from what I've seen. Now, don't hold me to that. Maybe there's some that, have lost value over time. But I think the quantity of this is low enough where there's a big enough following of collectors, UFC fans that would have interest in having something like this. So I thought it was really well made. And I'm excited to see what folks like yourself who are watching this think about the product if you decide to pick one up. So you can find one on StockX, or you can find one on eBay as well. I'm sure folks are going to be listing it. Many folks ask me how they can support my channel. I tell them watching is enough, liking, subscribing is going above and beyond. But if you want to take it to the next level, if you're a collector yourself and you're interested in one of these products, as you know, I only have so much shelf space, so I plan to list at least one of the 2 that I got in my possession on eBay at a fair price as always, and then I let the market decide what they want to do with the auction. But that's the only plug I will make here. Let's get into the unboxing. Put the blade away. Alright, box number 1. I should say ghost number 1 and ghost number 2. Put that over here. Empty box. Put that here. Alright. So I don't think we need to open both of these, but we'll see. I might be inclined to. Some of them, from the details I've read, come in different rarities where you can hit, right, like a rare edition of these. For this Ruby edition, I think they're all like what I would consider a base, right? But again, it's because of the limited quantity that you get. 150 made, 100 sold. I am curious to reach out to the company and learn more about how they distribute the next 50, what they do with the leftover. It would be good to have that context. Alright, let's do this. Alright, make sure I don't hit the phone up there. This case is plastic. It's not a flimsy plastic by any means, but it is plastic. Like you'll see the inside one, that's like a flimsy one. This is a little thicker. You might want to keep the box to be able to have it as a collectible that way, store it that way. Let's crack this open. So this, so you guys know, let's put it this way. There's a little tape here, but then also to open this, you have to rip open this little section here. And so if somebody's opened this up and is claiming it's brand new, you'll know right away whether they're lying or not, because this is a seal that you can't really lie about. So again, we're gonna unbox this properly, so I have to break this out. But I will be saving this so that if I decide to sell the second one as well, folks get everything that came included. I won't shortchange you of any of the product that should come included. Then there's a little tab here. Let's bring this up. Oh, I guess this is just a little sticker that was up there. I assumed that it was actually on there, but it's just a little sticker that you're able to put on a computer or water bottle, you name it. Let's check this out. All right, there you go. Easy to pop open. Let's do that. All right, yeah, no, the plastic is definitely a heavy-duty plastic, right? Even opening the flaps, like I'm needing to really put pressure to open it up. So it's good that they didn't cheap out on that just to save in cost. All right, empty box, nothing inside to look at. We'll put that on the side. the material of this. Yeah, it's I guess I'd have to look at what the material itself is, what it says it is, but I like that it feels like it has it's dense, right? It has weight to it. Let's take this off just so we're able to hold it firmly in my hand. I will say, from a collector's point of view, the experience of removing something like this on a collectible, I don't know if I'm a fan of it. I'm not against it, right? I'm not saying like it's a big con. I'm just saying like it doesn't feel premium to remove something like this off of a collectible. Some may argue, well, you wouldn't be removing it if you were keeping it in the box. I hear that. But still, I just feel like maybe there could be a different approach in how these are held down. So let's take this out, and then you'll notice that there's this little plastic that came under it for protection from the plastic, that's great, right? Again, little details like that matter. Maybe they experienced in the past that you can scratch, they can get scratched in here if they move around even slightly. So it's good that they include that. Does it feel like fingerprints get on here? You know, I would say no. It feels a little bit like it could slip out of your hand. And you know what I think it is actually? Is the plastic and this created a little bit of like a moisture buildup. So that's what I'm feeling right now on the back end. But once you take that off, then it just feels, you know, sturdy in your hand, like it shouldn't slip. So I'm just looking at the details. I'll show you guys on camera right now. So if you do touch too much of it, you will get fingerprints, but I'm sure you can, you know, wipe that off with no issue. So let me show the Osmo real quick, just because I like how this picks up quality, like the sharpness and the little details. And I don't want to hit it up there, which is why I'm turning this sideways. That's the back, side, the other side. Now let's show it to this camera. So again, it's a little over 11 inches. And if we stand that, dope. And here's the ruby section. That's what's supposed to resemble the belt, right? Top camera can see that. You know, I'm trying to see, like, let me see, I'm gonna get a cloth before I say this. I feel like there's slight blemishes. And again, this is my first time purchasing a Ghostwrite collectible, so you know, part of the production, maybe there's just so much that you can do to get 100% quality. But like, this feels like it has a little bit of a blemish on the face. And you know me, I'm all about transparency. If this is the one I list, I will make sure to call that out. It's super tiny, hard to see, especially if, you know, you're not looking for blemishes. But to me, in just unboxing this and taking a really close look, that popped out to me. Let's see if this camera could see it. Again, tiny, right? So I don't know if it's fair for me to expect perfection on these. But if I'm going to do a review, I want to be honest about what I see so that you guys know what to expect if you buy one of these off the secondary market or buy one in the future. And I think it's valid feedback for the team. Yeah, it's not perfect. When you call something a collectible, I do expect it to be of highest quality, especially if somebody in this case is willing to pay $1,700 for it, you know. So I'd love to see if the team has any commentary back to this. I'll reach out, let them know I did a review. But overall, I'm happy with the design. I think it's a beautiful design. I like the weight. I love what they're going for with the product. I just am a little disappointed in the fine details of the collectible itself. Oh, I should point out that this is, how do I rate this? That's interesting. 625, 150. So, didn't shape out to be the greatest review I expected, which is a bummer, right? But hey, that's how some of these product reviews go sometimes. And I think the more transparent and honest I am to you guys, the viewers watching it, the more my credibility stays intact. So if you guys are interested in one, again, one will be listed. I'll probably list this one. If you want to get it for a bargain, I will list it under the clearing price, let it go for auction, and then you guys decide what you guys want to pay for it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, any comments, please make sure to drop those below. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, like the video, share this with other folks, and as always, we will be back at it again. Peace out, y'all.